If you found gold, how would you know if it really was gold? And would you tell anybody? Well, on January 28th, 1848, John Sutter wrote in the daily logbook, now known as the New Helvetia Diary, here in his office in the central building at Sutter's Fort, Mr. Marshall arrived from the mountains on very important business. That important business was the gold that James Marshall had found 4 days prior at Sutter's Mill, which was about 40 miles east of here along the South Fork of the American River in the Cullumah Valley. That's the name given by the Yalesumney Nisenan village that lived in the region we know today as Cullumah. Marshall was overseeing the construction of the sawmill, where he will find 3 pieces of gold. Now, before he even brought the gold here to Sutter's Fort, he actually took the gold to a woman by the name of Jenny Wimmer. She was the laundress and cook at the mill, and she was in the middle of making some soap that would require tallow and lye. And so in her lye pot, Marshall would put a piece of gold, and it boiled for many hours, and the gold did not tarnish. Now, Jenny Wimmer also grew up near a gold mine in Georgia before coming to California in the mid-1840s, so she knew that it was gold as well. Marshall came to the fort to tell his boss, John Sutter, and in the dead of night, here in Sutter's office, he will produce those 3 pieces of gold, and they will do some further tests. The first big test that Sutter had to do was he went to his Encyclopedia Americana and looked up the entry for gold. And in that entry for gold, it talked about how to test to see if you had gold. Now, they did one better than that lye kettle. They had some aqua fortis, otherwise known as nitric acid, that they will test on the gold. It didn't tarnish. They also secretly took the gold over to the blacksmith shop and hit it with a hammer on the anvil, and it started to smush. Gold is very malleable. It didn't break. It started to flatten. And they also did a density test. They tested the weight of the gold on a scale versus some silver coins of larger size, and lo and behold, with gold being one of the heaviest metals, the gold was heavier. They tried to keep it secret. After they know that this is gold, they try to keep it secret until word gets out. And that's because word does get out on February 14th, 1848, when a teamster by the name of Whitmer will try to buy supplies from a trade store outside of Sutter's Fort.